Hey everybody, how is it going? It is your pal, Sal here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another little vlog. So today I am making a little trip all the way out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to go see the non-equity national tour of the Cher Show. So if you've followed my channel for a little bit, you may or may not know that I have been I'm a huge fan of Cher from the get-go. I don't have any Cher memorabilia in this room right here, but out there and on my YouTube, I just hit my fan. On my YouTube channel, I've done a lot of Cher content and whatnot, but I've been a huge fan of this musical ever since its inception, from its original casting. I'm a giant Stephanie J. Block fan, yada, yada, yada. But I was, back in 2018, I attended the very first preview of the show when it had its tryout in Chicago. I was at the second preview in Chicago. I managed to somehow be at the performance that Cher appeared at during the second act, which was crazy. I was at the infamous final Chicago show where the set broke and they had to do a concert. I saw the show 3 times on Broadway, 2 times in March, and one of them I saw Dee Roscioli as Stand By Lady, which was incredible. And then I even made, for my graduation present, I got to go see the final performance on Broadway. So I have followed the show for a long, long time, and I had fully intended to see the national tour when they announced it to go in. I think it was supposed to start touring in October of 2020, but as we all know, COVID happened, and it was supposed to be an equity tour, and then everything, just kind of, nothing was like happening, and then there was that UK tour that had those very bizarre costumes that were not Bob Mackey's costumes. And then finally they announced a non-equity tour, and it has been touring for about the last 2 years by now. Ever so unfortunately, this tour has chosen to not go back to Chicago, which is always a shame because I always love when national tours return to the place where they began. So when Addams Family came back to Chicago, or Kinky Boots, all those stuff, when they come back to their pre-Broadway tryout places, I just find that so cool. But unfortunately, the closest places that the Cher Show has come to the Chicago area is Springfield, which I was not going to go to, South Bend, Indiana, which I thought about, but I was not going to go to, Milwaukee, which I was like, okay, I could definitely do Milwaukee. And then the second closest place was a place that I can never go to again. After this tour stop, I think it's the second to next tour stop, or maybe it's the next tour stop, they're going to Rockford, Illinois at the Coronado Performing Arts Center. And you may ask why I know that in very well detail. I spent 4 years of my life going to school for musical theater at Rockford University. Rockford University is a horrible, horrible shithole of a university, and I will say that till the day I die. It's a horrible school, don't go there. Horrible place, Rockford, Illinois, don't go there. And I knew I obviously could not go to Rockford to see it, so I was like, I'll go to Milwaukee to see it instead. So yeah, I'm making the trip today to Milwaukee to go see this tour. I'm super excited because, it just feels like a full circle moment for me. I love the show so much. I've seen it in so many different incarnations, and just to see the final, because this, I think, this is it. This is the final step of it. I'm just excited. I haven't been in Milwaukee since about 2023 when I saw Shania Twain there. So it'll be fun. It's my first time. It'll be the third venue I see the show in. And it's still the Bob Mackie costumes. I know that the direction has changed a little bit. It's still the same, bones of the original production, so that'll be really cool. I have seen a bootleg of it, so I know pretty much what of this production specifically. But I'm super excited to go, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be weird to see it without the original Broadway cast, but I'm super excited. I've heard good things about this cast, so without further ado, I thought I'd take you guys along on this little journey with me, so let's go. I know I just ended that intro and I just changed shirts, or I just put on a sweater, but one thing I forgot to mention is that I am staying the night in Milwaukee, well, not unfortunately, but I would have loved to have come home, after the show, but Milwaukee is a trek away from me. I do have to take the Metra into Chicago and then take the Amtrak into Milwaukee, and I'm staying at the Hilton Garden Inn downtown tonight. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that too. And tomorrow's Easter, so that's just a fun little tidbit here too. So just thought I'd share that, okay? Bye. Okay, so I just arrived at my hotel room. First of all, the lady at the front desk was super, super nice. This hotel is so cool. It's like super fancy. I mean, it's a Hilton, so I mean, there's that. But like, I only paid like $100 for this, so it's like I think I paid more to stay at that La Quinta Inn for Kylie Minogue like a couple weeks ago. So I'm like kind of shocked, but figured I'd give you guys a hotel tour because like this is like super cool. So in here we have the bathroom, which I haven't even really ventured in here yet, but I mean, very nice. Oh, we're a little blurry, but oh, okay. Then we have a closet in here, but then look at this room. Like it's not like super big, but like, I mean, the bed is pretty big. We have like a whole like stand here, but I mean, look at this. Look at that massive window up there. I mean, come on. Look at that. I think like it's also like massively big too, because like, but I mean, look at these windows. I mean, look at that view down there. Like, wow, gorgeous, stunning. I love it. Perfect. Literally screaming. I've never, ever been into a hotel where they've had my name on the TV. Look at that. It says, "Welcome, Sal." Oh my God. Oh my God. Hello everybody, it is Sal. I am back. It is currently 6:23, so we have about an hour, a little over an hour till the show starts. I'm gonna walk over to the Marcus Performing Arts Center. It is about 14-minute walk from where I am, but since I'm gay, I can do that walk in about less than 7 minutes. I'm super excited. I actually have been chilling at my hotel since I got here, although I did walk over to this used bookstore that's like literally like 3 minutes. I'll actually walk right outside my hotel and it's right across the street. And I scored a jackpot. I just wanted to share my little haul real quick. So I got, right now I've been kind of on a Hardy Boys book kick. So I got 2 Hardy Boys books. These are like from the later Digest series. I got one Celine Dion CD. Nothing. I don't think I got anything Cher, so that's a little sad. But the Celine Dion on tour CD that just has like some album cuts. And then I'm on a cassette kick lately, and I got all these cassettes. Let me just show some here. My Best Friend's Wedding soundtrack, the Mariah Carey Hero single, the Broadway album Barbra Streisand, Gloria Estefan Mi Terra, a chorus line, original cast recording, and then we have Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On single, Gloria Estefan, Into the Light, Gloria Estefan, Christmas Through Your Eyes, Reba McEntire, Rumor Has It, The King and I soundtrack, Funny Girl soundtrack, the name of the place in Milwaukee, and it's so cool. It's like one of those like cool bookstores you find where the shelves look so old and like they're tall, and the place just goes like back further and further. Like there was, and again, I didn't buy too many books for it being a bookstore, but it was really cool. It's Downtown Books and Sold, North 624 North Broadway, Milwaukee. So if you're ever in Milwaukee, it was really cool. But yeah, so I'm super excited for the show. I just have to say, this feels like such a full circle moment, because not only, being there for the first preview, for when it was, had its pre-Broadway tryout, and then being at its like final, Broadway performance, it just, to just see the tour finally, because it didn't come to Chicago, and the tour's ending soon, so this just feels good, to just see the show again. It feels like, because when the show was happening, when the Broadway production ended, I had just graduated college, and as I mentioned before, college was not a good time for me, but I was young then, it was just such a different time. It feels weird, but it's good, and I'm just excited, so I'm glad to be here. This hotel room is so nice too, so I'm happy about that. So anyways, let's go see the show. I'm super excited. I'm so excited to go to this new theater because I've never been here before. So let's do it. We have spotted the theater, which is right up there. So I am comfortable in my bed right now. I don't feel like, getting up. I just ordered my dinner for the night, so I'm super. Oh my god, I'm so stoked about that. This is so off topic, but I saw a TikTok the other day that was just about how amazing the feeling is of being in your hotel room and like you got your food ordered on the way to you. You got the AC like blasting. You got your show on. I don't have my show on yet. I'll put Law and Order SVU on very soon, but there's just no better feeling in the world. So that's just the feeling I'm in right now. But so I just got out of the show, and so I have to say, this show I do feel that the Cher Show does, I feel, translate set wise to a non-equity tour very well. Because I mean, if we all remember, the set was nothing, all that spectacular. It was a lot of LED projections and, well, not projections, but like set stuff and all that, So I feel like that went really well. The stuff that I was kind of shocked that they cut corners in were just like little things that I just remembered that I was like, that's so weird. Like one specific memory I have that I was like, they really cut that, was that scene in the beginning where it's like Cher and her mom, and like she comes out and she's like, I'm running away. And she came out on like this little little bicycle thing. They cut the little bicycle, and I was like, you couldn't afford you didn't want to pay to bring back the bicycle? I don't know. It was like weird things like that I was like, that's where you cut the corner at? The one thing, and I think I saw this at some other venues that they did too, I think it also depends on the venue. They had no programs. How do you do a show and not have a freaking playbill? How do you not hand the audience a playbill? This is not the UK where you like make them pay for a program. You have to give somebody a playbill or a program or whatever they call it in different places of the world. Like I was like, what? I was just appalled that this was the first like professional show that I've ever been to where I was not given a playbill, and I was like, I just couldn't believe it. I was kind of not happy with that. Cast wise, it was really kind of cool. So I had the understudy. I don't know their names, so I do apologize for that. But I had the understudy for Star Cher tonight. I had the understudy for Sunny, and it was his actual first performance as Sunny tonight. And I had the understudy for Georgia Holt / Lucille Ball tonight. So that was pretty cool to see all those understudies go on tonight. For the understudy for Sunny, he killed it. I couldn't believe it was his first show. The cast, I mean, I thought they were all really great. It was so bizarre, just going from seeing, it's just like, you go from seeing Stephanie J. Block and Teal Wicks and these people that I knew before, because even from being a giant Cher fan, like I knew as a Broadway person too, I knew all these people like going in to seeing the show from all those years ago. And so now like not really knowing these actors, but while I don't necessarily feel that anybody was exactly mimicking anybody, nor exactly finding, or how do I put this in the right way? I feel everybody was giving a very good show, and I don't think the Cher Show really serves as a good biographical piece, if that makes sense. It never did, even when they had Stephanie and Teal and Michaela and Jared. I feel that the show, even especially because I remember when they were trying to make this work as the variety or the variety show type of deal when it was in Chicago. And it's funny because like even when it gets to the second act, which I feel they really got the show working in the way they wanted it to for the first act by the time they went to Broadway, but by the time the second act kind of still rolled, they still were stuck with some of the things from Chicago, especially with the Jesse James and stuff like that. Like I'm babbling here, but if you were here from Chicago to Broadway, you know what I'm talking about. It's funny because like all these thoughts were just like coming back into my head from back in the day, and I was like, wow, they never really worked out those kinks from Chicago, from what they were trying to do back then, and it was just fun to revisit it and to just see where it was at, still here today, and it was it was fun to see the mega mix again. That was just one thing that they added for Broadway that just really brought life to the show. And it just warmed my heart to see that again. One of like the highlights of my life was the final performance on Broadway, but especially the mega mix. It was such an electrifying moment. Even tonight, it was just electrifying too. It's just so cool to just be in a room and just to pay homage to the legacy of Cher. That's how I feel when I'm in the room, especially, you know, me being someone who knows more details about Cher, especially like little things that like I can follow the show and know and fill in a lot of the gaps that maybe other people can't. And while I know that there's a lot of people who are there who are older than me that probably would follow the Sunny and Cher show, but when they're like, oh, her album's been selling, they probably don't know all the hits of, well, not the hits, but like the deep cuts of Stars and To the Hard Way and Cherished and all that. So, you know, yada, yada, yada. But it was cool to see the Marcus Performing Arts Center. I don't know if I loved the way that they had the venue exactly laid out, per se. But it was cool to, you know, experience a new venue for the first time, and to, you know, experience Milwaukee. But yeah, it was nice to see the show again, and it just felt like being in a time warp, TBH. But yeah, I had a good time tonight. I'm ready to enjoy my food, go to bed, go home tomorrow, enjoy some ham tomorrow for Easter. Wishing the cast nothing but the best on the rest of this time they have on tour. They seem nothing but lovely, and they gave a great show tonight. Yeah, I thought they were really great. You know, it was just, I was really worried about how I would feel about just seeing different people in the show, and it was just actually really enjoyable seeing different people on the show. I just thought they all did great, so I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I enjoyed the show. If you have the chance to see it in the couple of stops it has left, I really recommend it. It's just a fun night to just honor Cher. I don't think it's a good, and this just really goes to, at the end of the day, they were trying something again when the show first started out in Chicago to be something different with it as a biomusical. By the time we went to Broadway, they kind of gave up on it being something different as a biomusical. So it has some kinks that never got really worked out, but there are some fun highlight moments of it. And if you just go in it as a night to just, you know, honor Cher and just have a little fun, I think you'll have a great time. So thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.